Hello everybody. In this video I'll be teaching you how to make an electric guitar. Let's get started. The first step is to get a cheap plastic guitar from like the DI or something. It needs to have actual buttons and it needs to have worked before, even if most of the components aren't going to work now. And then you need to take it apart, basically. These clips have been heavily edited for your viewing pleasure. When you open it up, you'll see a whole bunch of parts in there. We don't need these. However, some of them, like the speaker, might be interesting for future projects, so you might want to be careful when you take everything apart. The circuit board is one of the aforementioned parts that we do not need. Next, use some scissors to carefully snip off all the wires so that everything is in separate pieces that are easier to work with, instead of dangling from each other when we pick them up. The part you're going to work with most in this project is the fretboard. Carefully take off the brown thing in it so that you can reveal the buttons. You're going to be working with these a lot. For this step, you're going to have to be careful. You have to use a little box knife or something to carefully scrape off all the green film on top of a small section of the copper so that you can solder wires onto it. But if you scrape too hard, then you'll scrape off the copper and you'll have to start over again, moving higher up the thing. You need to find the 2 points that connect to the top button or the middle button or whatever button you want to use. I chose top button. This video was filmed with a potato that doesn't know how to focus. What you should be seeing is a patch of copper on the top wire and on the bottom wire that isn't covered by any green film at all. For the wire, you're going to use a length of this white wire bundle with 2 separate strands inside. It came with a tip like that, so you know what to look for. Next, you just need to solder your green wire and your red wire from the wire bundle onto the button board. Yeah, we're calling that a button board. I am hardly a professional solderer, so these clips have been edited for your viewing pleasure. Next, you need to take the wires and you need to pass them through the hole so that the wire bundle is on the opposite side of the button board that was before. Now you need to take the button board and lay it back where it was before, but the wires are conflicting with the little black piece that was right there. So next we're going to take a Dremel and chop that off. Perfect. Next, take your wire bundle and chop off a length of it that you're then going to work with some more. You probably could use a lot less wire than I did. I thought the project was going in a different direction than it actually was when I made it that length. Now you want to strip the wire bundle so that you have exposed copper and split wires just like this. Now for the complicated part. You need to take an arc lighter and completely hack the thing open. You also need to take off the button that makes the spark because you're going to be soldering in another wire instead so that it works with the button on the button board that we were soldering together earlier. As you can see, it'll now make the spark jump whenever we push the button on the button board. Whee! Soldered the two spark wires onto another length of the wire bundle. I did not include this clip for what I believe to be obvious reasons at this point. It's boring. You need a piece about 3 inches long with the wires then kind of arranged so that it'll make one spark instead of traveling up and down the wires like a Jacob's ladder. It should be working like in that clip. As we all know, hot glue fixes everything. Put some hot glue down onto the wires to keep them from touching each other and causing a short and other various very bad things. I arranged the arc lighter at the very top of the guitar as shown. You might need to fiddle around with it some more for your guitar, but this is what it looked like for mine. Take a Dremel and cut a notch for your 2 spark gap wires. Hot glue everything in place and put your wires into the notch that we just barely cut with the Dremel. You're pretty much done, you just need to put the guitar back together. Ta-da! Electric guitar, anybody? Yeah? And now, fireworks. Because why not fireworks? Something about these spinning ground bloom flowers does black magic trickery with the camera. It's more visible with the night shots. Yeah, the firework kind of chased after me in this clip. So that was kind of funny in retrospect. Or if you were a bystander, then it's also funny. Prepare for the black magic trickery, people. I have no idea what causes these blue lines to happen whenever we film it with the camera. It's not what happened IRL, but it's kind of cool to look at in slow-mo. And that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I believe Ben Sound is the one who supplied the royalty-free music for this video. I'll put a link in the description for that, and also for the parts that you need for this project. Have fun. Don't tase anybody with the guitar. It's not pleasant. See ya.